in 2025, Stetson football will be.
Welcome in. I'm your host, Jesse Simmons, and this is the inaugural episode of Inside the Huddle with head coach Mike Jasper. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Jesse.
Now, this episode series and this show series is going to go along all season. It's going to be weekly with the main man himself, Big Mike, as I like to call him today. It's a new wave in Stetson football in this program, and we're going to jump right into it, Coach. Not only just thanks for being here, we're in the great press box here at Spec Martin Stadium, a place that I got to play my football growing up. Now I get to watch a new wave, as the word has been. We'll get into that in just a few seconds here on this show. But I want to take it back, Coach. You got some roots in Tennessee. Before you got into the 386, it starts in your hometown. It starts where your love of football is. Tell me a little bit about that for maybe some of the fans that might not know and are familiar with your background. What was it like playing in Tennessee? And tell me about those roots getting all the way to here to the 386.
Oh, man, absolutely love my home of Nashville, Tennessee. I think it's a big contributor of who I am, today. The game of football, my mother, the family atmosphere, everything, it all started there. So I owe everything that I am to Nashville.
Winning has always been associated with you, whether it was from the NFL to the UFL. In the coaching perspective, you've had a very unconventional journey, being one of the only NAIA players since 2011 to be drafted. So you still hold that record so far, as long as it's going, to be able to push through those ranks. Now, like I said, you have a unique perspective. What has it given you as an edge? Is it in terms of recruiting? Does that give you an edge, the way that you can connect with players?
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely given me an edge. Like I was saying, it kind of builds my my philosophy and why I do what I do, and the culture that we're building stems from some of the adversity that I saw growing up. I think it helps me in recruiting. It helps me relate to players because I can tell them, hey man, I've been there, right? I've had this hard journey, especially in today's world with the transfer portal and all that stuff. I transferred a few times before the portal was even a thing, so I can relate to those young men and give them the advice and really use football as a catalyst, as a means to an end, because like I was saying, I believe that football helps build young men, and that's why I do what I do. I'm not a preacher or a teacher, but this is my ministry of sorts.
That's awesome. You said ministry. It's a great way to say it. I think you bring a unique perspective, a refreshing perspective, a refreshing philosophy. And in terms of your coaching philosophy, you have deep roots in Tennessee, like we've already mentioned here on the show. But now you get your feet wet in Florida. Who have you brought with you? Maybe friends, family, maybe a coaching staff. Who have you brought with you, and how does that help form your philosophy that you want to put on the field in a good product?
Yeah, to me, family is everything. So obviously building the staff, we've had some familiarity with Tennessee. My defensive coordinator and right-hand man, Coach Kincaid, has come down with me from Bethel. He's actually from Florida, so it's also a great asset, coming from the Bartow area. So he's been teaching me about Florida and the recruiting and where we need to go and how we need to do some things. So that's been awesome. Even Coach Dotson, he didn't come with me from from Tennessee, but Coach Dotson was my first hire. He was my first coach to ever hire me as a college coach. So he was my first head coach in college at Alfred State. So that family atmosphere, that networking, the ability to connect with people and then take them along the journey is huge, and really helps what we're bringing here, because I feel like the family atmosphere here in DeLand can be huge, and that's what we want to build. I think the winning and the championships and the success that I've had in the past has really been a byproduct of the culture that we create around our program.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you said it right. The bread and butter of DeLand, as long as I've been a born and raised DeLandian myself, I guess you could call it, is the community aspect, the family aspect of it. And you're a family man of your own. Who you have a big family you brought with you.
Absolutely.
Who did you bring down? I want to give a shout out to them and give them an opportunity.
Absolutely. My wife, Allison, I have a 4-year-old daughter, Davis, and then I have 3-year-old now, twins, Millie and Sam. And then even my mom has moved down. So she's come out of retirement and moved down. She's working in Volusia County. So she's my hero. So very blessed to have her down here with me. So like I said, family is everything. And we want to bring that here and build an even bigger family here in DeLand.
As we look out onto the playing field here in a beautiful stadium in Spec Martin, not only is that beautiful, but the DeLand itself and the culture that they bring with the beautiful scenery of Stetson University here as well. How has that been for you and your family outside outside of football as a human, as a person, the way that, it's a big change to go from a different state, a different city. Your daughters take them up and move them somewhere completely new for them as well, not just you. What has that been like for you guys as well?
An absolute blessing. Like, this move has been phenomenal, and it's been because of the people in this city and how they've taken me in, and in the community at Stetson, and really this living by the empathy and the kindness that we preach day in and day out. It really kind of aligns with my culture and what I believe in as a man, not just a football coach. So it's been a phenomenal transition. My kids go to school locally here. We chose to live right here in DeLand and immerse ourselves in the community. So it's been an extreme blessing. I couldn't see it going any better.
That's fantastic. One thing you just mentioned was culture. What the first conversation that me and you had, you mentioned the thing to me, like I mentioned in the open here on the show, is a new wave. What exactly does that look like for you here in this program and in DeLand?
Yeah, my total vision for this program is to do something that's never been done here. Coach Rogers did a phenomenal job laying a foundation and starting this program. You've seen some success. You've seen guys go to the National Football League from Stetson, so you know it can be done. But we want to build that consistently here, right? So I think any perception you've had of this program, you need to throw it away. The expectations are never going to exceed what we want to do here as a program, and what we're trying to do, impacting young men's lives and young people in this community's lives. It's something that's new here. So that's the wave. It's not just what you see on the football field. It's what you're going to see in the community. Our success won't be gauged just off wins and losses. It'll be gauged on what these men do as husbands, fathers, and leaders in our community.
I will say that, from fans that just show up on Saturdays, they're not there with you Monday to Friday. So sometimes fans are going to gauge it off the wins and loss record. And Stetson University, to simply put it nicely, they haven't had success in the past few years. They're looking for their first winning season in 6 years. What is that? Why is this year the year that's going to happen, and what's it going to take?
I think, honestly, it starts with the way that everybody's bought into the culture change. These young men have been grinding since I stepped foot on this campus. Normally, you see a coach's change, you see a wholesale reboot of the daggum roster, and we didn't have to do that. We got the same guys that were here. They're hungry, they're eager, they're ready for change, and they have accepted it wholeheartedly. So I think that's going to be a big telltale sign, is on Saturday, like seeing the way these guys just enjoy the game, love playing, the joy that they're going to play with, the effort and the tempo and the swagger that they're going to play with. It's going to be very evident, and that's what we want here.
Is that something that you take a very high focus on in terms of the swagger and that energy you bring? Because, like I said, success, and their fans are going to look at the wins and loss column, and that's kind of what it takes. Looking back, and like I said, you had success as well everywhere else you've been. Is there something that you've seen in this group, like specifically, that you've seen in past successful programs that you think is going to be one of those key factors to get over the hump to say, yeah, we did have a successful season?
Absolutely. This team is very parallel to a team we had in 2017. Like, coming in, that team went 3-7, and then in 2018 was able to go under Brent Dearman. I was the assistant head coach, but we were able to flip that program and go 10-0 in 2018.
That's right.
And I'm not making any predictions or anything like that, but this team right now, the way they bought in, the way they're preparing, really rivals that team. So I've seen it happen before, how when people decide to obviously, I always say this, Jesse, the game of football is too hard. It hurts too much not to love it, right? These guys love what they do, and they love who they're doing it with. And I think that allows for the way they play the game to be a whole lot better, right? They're going to play a lot harder for somebody they care for. And we care about the man next to us. We prepare every day like it's our last. And we're going to treat every game like it's the Super Bowl. And we're going to come out here and have fun and play like our hair is on fire. So I think that's going to be very indicative to the wins and loss column, right? You'll be able to see some fruits to our labor.
I think one of the things that is very exciting is you guys were able to put a product on the field for the first time in front of real fans that are really hungry and excited. And when you can get a high-flying, high defensive stopping type game like you guys got on Saturday in the green and white game, to kind of welcome the fans, that to prove that, you've been all talk of, hey, it's going to be a new wave. Forget what you thought about Stetson football. But now you got to show them. Say, hey, this is what we've been working about for the past few weeks, and we're about what we say. Now it's game week. You're just 5 days away from the first official game. What did you see there that you liked? What did you see that you didn't like, maybe? And what are you hearing from the fans and boosters?
Man, Jesse, it was a phenomenal day, honestly. We had our meet and greet to start it off. Like I said, family is a big deal to me, to be able to see different families come and support their kids. My family was mingling with kids and having a good time. People in the community were there, and it was really a blessing to see everybody come together. And then to see, I think everybody that came to our meet and greet and stuck around for the scrimmage saw the positive energy. And I think that's what's going to propel us. That's what's going to push us past, some of these adverse games. Because I'm not saying it's going to be easy on Saturdays, right? It's hard to win college football games. But the way we're going to show up, the energy that we're going to have on the field, and then the toughness that we're going to put on display is going to help push us forward. And I think a lot of people got to see that. They got to see the guys running around. They got to see the smiling faces, right? They got to see us just loving and enjoying the game of football. And that's something that hasn't been around here in the past.
I can agree. Take me through the X's and O's. With maybe some guys you like, maybe not some formations, but I want some players in those formations. What are some guys that maybe are starting to blossom? Maybe some guys that surprised you the first couple weeks that you said, okay, this guy is going to be a game changer. Give me some names that these fans can kind of look out for and keep an eye on.
Absolutely. I think some familiar names, first of all, like on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, Kyle Elphick, he's a leader on our defense, a staple.
Good returner.
Great returner to have. Andrew Martin, another phenomenal guy coming off the edge in the boundary. But then we also had some guys like Shook Bentley step up, like really surprised me, his ability to play and help us inside the box at linebacker. We've got some young freshman D linemen that have kind of stepped up, a couple transfers that are going to step in, but then Renardo Lewis is also continuing to be a staple. He was out last year, so it's going to be a blessing having him back. We've got some guys on the back end that are flying around and playing great sound football and coverage. That's going to be very advantageous to us this year because, we had a lot of busts last year. So seeing guys being able to lock in and play fast has been phenomenal on the defense. We want to have an attacking style of defense, and we're based out of a three-man front, but we're able to bring different pressures from different shells, if you will, of our defense. And Coach Kincaid does a phenomenal job dialing up pressures and stunts and blitzes to make sure that we're in good position and gap sound at the same time. From an offensive standpoint, we've had guys really rise up. Our offensive line is playing at a high level right now. Being able to run the football is something that's been a struggle for us in the past year. If watching past film, right? So that's my MO. Like, that's who I am. I'm a former
two-way.
right?
Played
O-line, played nose tackle. Like, we got to be tough up front,
no one on the team
right?
can tell you, hey, coach, what do you know about that?
Yeah, right? So, so it's embarrassing if we come out and we can't run the ball. So I think those guys have adopted that, and it's really a credit to them, just being able to take the coaching to kind of adopt my mindset and kind of take on my identity, if you will, up front. The quarterback position, man, it's been a battle. We're young. We're hungry and we're talented there. So I feel really good about who's going to take that first snap. We know who that'll be. So I'm excited for him to come out there and play lights out. And then our number 2, the guy right behind him, is really like a 1B. So I feel really good about the quarterback position. At running back, we're solid. I mean, we got 5 guys that can really go.
5. Wow.
Yeah, 5 backs. Yeah,
not
so it's
2,
been.
Not 3, but 5.
They're making my job very hard.
Wow.
They are.
Okay.
So, but like I said, it's a testament to those young men. They've come in, they bought in, they've grinded. We started camp, voluntary workouts on June 2nd.
Wow.
106 guys showed up, and then we were able to hold at about 85 to 100 all the way through summer. And that's voluntary.
That's promising.
Yeah, right. So when you get that kind of buy-in and guys that are grinding it out in the weight room and then actually seeing the fruits of those labor, I'm excited, man. I'm thrilled to see what these guys do, and I'm very blessed to be their coach.
And, now you have an actual opponent to play. You guys have been hitting pads with each other the past few weeks. You come out in a scrimmage on Saturday. These are the guys that have been taking reps with each other all summer. So they kind of know. They have a little bit of an edge on each other. But now you get to play an unfamiliar opponent, at least for yourself, in Weber International on Saturday. Stetson, historically, they're 2-0, so you guys do have it. But you haven't played them yet. You haven't had a chance to do it. What is the scouting report on them? What have you seen that you like and things that you think are maybe a weak point that you can attack and be successful on Saturday?
Yeah, I think they're a well-coached football team. They got some talented young men, but, one thing that's going to happen, they're like us. They're going to be young. They had a lot of turnover this past season. Got some respect for that coach. Being a former NAIA coach, I'm very familiar with their league. They were actually a part of the Mid-South.
Okay.
Back when I was at Bethel, we didn't play Weber, but you see the crossover tape, the crossover games, and so a lot of respect for them. They're going to come out in the odd front, but they're going to present some different looks there defensively. They're going to get in some 4-down. They're going to get in some Okie. They're going to bring different pops out of the backers, whether it be from the boundary primarily, but every once in a while the Will or the Sam will come. So they're going to do some good things, and they're going to be very athletic and very hungry, and they're going to come in here ready to knock us off. Offensively, I like what they do offensively, 20 personnel. They're good at what they do, and they stick to it. They're going to run some inside zone, some inserts, some split zone and stuff like that, and they're going to have a couple vertical concepts and things of that nature. So a lot of respect for what they're bringing in here, and we're going to have to come ready to play.
Coach Jasper's been doing his work, ladies and gentlemen. He's been doing his homework. He's been digging deep. And you're not going to be fooled on Saturday. I like to hope and pray. So I'm excited to see it. As we move in here on Inside the Huddle, as we kind of close, Coach, I got some quick fire questions for you that I kind of want to run through, especially for those of you that just want to get to know Coach Mike and just kind of see the feel that he's bringing from big old Nashville, Tennessee, McKenzie, Tennessee. I didn't forget it. Come on, the hometowns. Shout out to the hometown. But I kind of want to run through these right here for you to see if you can answer these, and we'll finish off a little spin for you. All right, so the first one, favorite NFL team?
Buffalo Bills.
I already knew that one. Good. Favorite sports movie?
Ooh, that's hard. Facing the Giants, but I'm a huge program fan.
Okay, all right. Favorite athlete growing up?
Jerry Rice.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
That's good. Okay, if you didn't play football, what sport would you see yourself at playing?
Baseball.
I've seen you out there at the MAC on Saturday and Sunday nights. I love it, man. I love it. You've been great for the whole community, and especially sports. I know as I work with baseball here in Hatters Prime, you've also been a great supporter of that as well. So we're going to definitely make sure everybody gets out here for the game on Saturday, which is good. Favorite go-to snack before practice or a game?
I wasn't a big snacker before the game, but the night before I had to have pasta.
Pasta?
Spaghetti, yeah.
Red sauce, white sauce?
Red
sauce, okay.
OG.
As a football coach, what's one thing you can't go without on a daily basis?
Prayer. Gotta have it.
Amen. Off days won't be a thing for the next 12 Saturdays, but what's the perfect off day look like for you?
You're right. It won't, and hopefully longer than 12 Saturdays if we do it right. But, wow. I would say the perfect off day is being with my kids and my family, man. I love my family. Like I said, a big family guy. So anytime I could spend some time with them, especially 12 Saturdays solid at work, it'd be good to be with them.
That's right. And, this might be a hard question for you because it's your first season, but is there a rival that maybe or a school that you've kind of circled on the calendar this year you're looking forward to most?
All of them.
Amen. That was a good answer. That's what I was looking for. Another one, too. I know you can move some weight. I know you've been in the gym. You've been moving. What was your max bench and squat at your highest peak? Maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was 10 years ago.
That was definitely 10 years ago.
Is it?
We were over 5. I definitely was over 520 in that range. Once I got to a certain level, I kind of stopped, So, yeah, we could hit 5 for reps, and I think squat was in the 6s. So I was pretty strong, but I'm paying for it now.
I can't even think about that. So, my goodness. Okay, anyone on your team that's stronger than you think? Which I hope. These are strapping young men that are ready to move. I see Coach Kincaid over there tilting his head. Who's
tough.
Who's stronger than you, and who is it?
I don't know. We might have to go head to head. I know Renardo is really strong. He's got the leverage point on me on the squats. I'm a little bit taller, so we might have to go head to head one day. Coach
Kincaid, I want to give you a shout out. Has you got anybody in mind you want to kind of give some their flowers to?
I don't know, man.
To be fair, I just got back into powerlifting, I'm back training, so those numbers are starting to creep back up a little bit.
Okay, heads out for Big Mike. Watch out for him. Come on. Last one. All right, go-to restaurant in DeLand. That's a big thing with the communities. Everybody's tight knit.
That is
What's a good restaurant? Your go-to restaurant? You're taking the family out for dinner. Where y'all going?
Man, the kids are young, so the family, I'm thinking like a half wall-ish or something like that. But
okay. Let's say it's a date with Miss Allison. Where are you guys going?
Oh, I love Crest. It's very good. I love Crest. Me and the staff, we love baked chops. So I mean, we're all over. We're foodies. So, man, DeLand has no shortage of great restaurants.
Last one for you. I got something little curveball here. I know it's football, but hit you with an audible. Right here, I got a sentence that says in 2025, Stetson football will be with a blank. And and I want you to fill that out for me in your answer.
In 2025, Stetson football will be a blessing.
Blessing. All right. Coach, thank you so much. It's going to be a blessing this year. It's going to be good. I'm excited. I know you're excited. Just a few days away from the official season starting here. Don't forget to come out to Spec Martin Stadium. I know we're in the press box enjoying the cool air and the AC, but outside it'll still be good. The team's going to be hot. The team's going to be ready. And Coach, I know you're excited. So thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to be here at Spec Martin Stadium at 6 p.m. as Stetson Hatters will face Weber International here. Don't miss it, and we'll see you next time on Inside the Huddle with head coach Mike Jasper.
Appreciate it, Jesse.
Yes, sir.